Hey, it is Thursday, January 21st, in case you don't know what day it is. And I'm interested to know what color was your kitchen phone? Mine was bright yellow. It's like lemon yellow, and it hung on the wall in our kitchen. And I am asking you this because I want to talk to you about this little green phone in just a moment. But first, I want to tell you that this morning in our Core Plus class, we had some people who mentioned at the end of class that when they first woke up today, they had a case of what I like to call the Screwits. Now, that's about as cursy as I get on social media. I don't like to curse on social media, so I hope you're not offended, but the Screwits. And I'm wondering if you ever get a case of the Screwits and what you do when that happens. Because what we talked about at the end of class today was that you just have to get started. So I realized that here we are in what I refer to as the belly of winter. And in Ontario, it's particularly gray. And it seems like every morning there's this little skiff of snow, but not quite enough snow to do anything with. Many of you are at home doing the whole school at home gig. And what I said at the end of class was this: you just have to get started. You can't steer a parked car. So, what I mean by that in terms of fitness is just get up and get going, do something, do anything. I was reading someone the other day and they were talking about how one of the ways they got fit was every time they went to the bathroom during the day, they did like 10 push-ups. So they did their toilet breaks and their push-up breaks at the same time. But that was one of the ways that they just made a little deal. They're like, okay, if I'm going to go to the washroom, I am going to do 10 push-ups. And then from there it builds. My daughter, our daughter, Derek's and my daughter, Lila, is 17. She'll be 18 in May. And so she's a senior at school, and she's not a huge fan of the online schooling. She's quite social. And so she's been working on her comparative essays for grade 12 English. And I want to give a little shout out to her English teacher, Mr. Turner, whom I've never met, but he has been reading aloud to these grade 12 kids. How fabulous is that? I mean, it's all I can do to not kind of eavesdrop and sneak in and just listen. I think that is the most tender, most fabulous thing. Now, those kids probably think it's incredibly lame, but deep down, knowing that probably some of them were never read to as kids and that everyone is feeling lonely and sad. And if that's not you, good for you. But a lot of kids and people are feeling lonely and sad. I think that he reads to them in the afternoon, and wait for it, Siddhartha. I mean, Herman Hesse, how incredible is that? So my hat is off to Mr. Turner and all of you teachers who actually like children and want to make a difference. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So anyway, I said to Lila, because I like to write, and I said, "Look, I'll edit for you a bit if you want. I'll look for typos and everything. But you can't steer a parked car. You have to give me something to edit. I'm not doing the damn essay for you, right? Same thing, like I can't do your push-ups for you. You have to get started." So at the end of every fitness class, one of the things that we're known for is this, what I call circling up. And I check in with people. And when we met in person in our century old barn, I think I can show you the barn. I still have Derek's note up just to keep me humble. But the barn, there's the barn. So when we used to have classes in the barn, we would do circle up. And even in the studio here, we have an indoor studio, I would ask people how they were at the end of class. I felt like this was an opportunity to hear some feedback about the class itself so that I can improve and give people more of what they wanted. And also, it was a chance for people to have someone say, "How are you?" and really mean it, because I'm not one for just small talk. If I don't want to know, I won't ask. So we do circle up online as well. So I pick a handful of people because there's too many people to get everybody to talk. We try at the beginning of COVID, we did that, and it was lovely. Like, people were so starved for human anything that every single person got to go, and the classes were like an hour and a half long because we'd have an hour class, and then we'd go half an hour just not chit-chatting, but just one at a time, like the Brady Bunch. And how are you today? How are you today? And some people didn't have much to say, and some people had lots to say, and it was lovely. But then we had to get down to business when we realized that for now, this is our right now. Our classes are 45 minutes, and we meet online Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m. And at the end of class, I just pick a handful of people and say, how'd you do? How are you? And today's theme, and this tends to be the way it goes on Thursdays. I don't know what it is about Thursdays. The people who come live, they bring 100%. Our Thursday barn classes in the morning were always just awesome, just awesome. But attendance tends to be down on Thursday because I think people get what I refer to as a case of the Screwits. And so my message or thought for you to soak on today is just get started. And I said that to people today. I said, look, just get out of bed. Those mornings that you don't want to do it are the mornings that you probably need it the most. And I've very rarely have I personally ever exercised and afterwards thought, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Or, that was a colossal waste of time. Even if it wasn't fantastic, I think, oh, you know what? I did it. It's done. Good for me, right? Because I get a case of the Screwits periodically too. So just getting started and doing what you can with what you've got. And that's why I'm asking about the phone. Now, some of you watching this will remember my friend Kirk. This was Kirk's phone, and it's a little push button green phone. I don't know if the scale is clear here, but it is like teeny tiny phone. It's a ridiculous little phone. And he gave me this phone. It actually works. And he gave it to me. I don't know. I don't even know why he gave it to me, but I've kept it. It lives in my closet. I may put it on my desk now. But my point is, all of you people who are resisting technology, look at you now, watching this somehow, some way, probably on this. And I want you to think back to these phones like this. And this is a push button. My gosh, this isn't even that big of an antique, right? It's I mean, this is, I don't know what, 80s. Here's the thing. Remember when we had little bag phones and then we had flip phones? And remember when we had keypads and we had Blackberries and then we had slider phones? And remember when they took the keypads away and that was it? And everybody panicked? Somehow you managed. Somehow you managed to figure out the touchscreen. You did. So I don't know. I think if you can push a button, you can get on Zoom with your grandkids. If you can FaceTime, you can get on Zoom and do a workout. You can learn new things. I think that we do it all the time. We constantly have to adapt. I heard a great analogy the other day. It's not like babies who are crawling suddenly think, well, I think I'm just going to keep crawling for the rest of my life. I mean, you fall and you get up and you try again and you try again and you try again. And I think that a lot of us use technology as an excuse to not stay in the game. And I think it's a shame. I see plenty of people in their late 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond embracing technology and just killing it. And they're in the game. Now, maybe, I don't know, and I'm not a catastrophizer, but maybe someday they'll shut down the whole grid and we will go back to this. Maybe we will go back to letters. I don't know. But for right now, remember, not necessarily the new normal, but right now, this is the game. So get in the game. Do what you can with what you've got. You don't have to have anything fancy to exercise, and you don't have to have fancy, expensive technology to get in the game. So I just wanted to say that today, and I'm interested to know, what color was your kitchen phone, right? What color was your kitchen phone? Mine, as I said, was bright, bright yellow, and it was on the wall, and it was obviously a rotary, and it had one of those ridiculous cords that goes on and on and on. on and on and on and on and on. The cord was ridiculous. You could go into other rooms with it, and then you know how the cords would get completely strung out and then they'd be useless and they wouldn't kind of coil up anymore like this. Kirk, of course, took excellent care of his phone. The phone is pristine. It's absolutely pristine, and it does work. It is so ridiculous, this little phone, but it's kind of fun. So, Kirk, if you're watching this on Insta at some point, hope you're doing well. And I still have your little green phone. I don't know why, but I might plug it in. You never know. Maybe I'll call you on my little green phone. Embrace technology, people. You can't steer a parked car. Do what you can with what you've got, but get in the game and ask for help if you need it. I'm offering a free Pilates class this weekend. If you want to come to that class, join our Facebook group. I think I put that down here. I thought I put it down here somewhere. If I didn't, then I will add it back. But I'll add in the invitation to join our Facebook group, and then you can come to this free class. And you can come, we'll get you in early, and you don't have to have your camera on if you're not comfortable with that. I get that 100%. I am the shyest person you will ever meet. I really am. Nobody believes that, but it's completely true. I'm serious. I'm the shyest person you will ever meet. But I just, you can't steer a parked car. You just got to get rolling. So we'd love to have you join us. I'm going to make this class incredibly newbie friendly. I'm going to make it newbie friendly. So that means there will be short sets, but lots of repetition so that we don't waste you, but you can watch one, try one, do one. I'll correct you. We'll have some amazing people in that class that will be demonstrating online how to do each exercise. No equipment, all on the floor. If you can get on the floor, then you can do this class. Seriously. If you have sweatpants, you can do the class. Camera on or off, it's up to you. Now, one other thing. If you do nothing at all and you just want a good exercise that is very functional and practical and incredibly useful as you age, just practice getting up and down off the floor. Seriously, some of you watching this, when was the last time you got down on the floor and got up? That's a fantastic exercise. Set your timer on your technology, right? Or your kitchen timer if you want. Get up and down off the floor as many times as you can in a minute. That, my friends, is cardio. And do you know how many people that you know right now, could be you, can't do that for various reasons? But sometimes it's that we can't do it because we haven't been practicing it. So that's my thought, right? You could do what you can with what you've got. If you have a case of the Screwits, you can't steer a parked car, get started. Okay, take it easy. Let me know if you need anything. Join our Facebook group and come to that class this Saturday if you want. Pilates is, people don't like Pilates because it's ungodly boring. Pilates is so boring. It's like watching paint dry. Not my classes. My Pilates classes are not boring. They're not boring at all. I keep things fresh. We'll have some music, and I will be coaching you the whole time, and I will have bodies that you can watch of different fitness levels, different proportions, different abilities. I won't spotlight you if I don't know you. You can have your camera off if you want, but come join us. Seriously, Pilates is not as boring as you think it is. It's not as boring as you think it is. And it is a workout. It is a workout. Okay, that's it. Take care. Get outside. Get outside. It's good for you.